Good morning, YouTubers. T Square with T Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great Friday morning. Exciting week. It's finally over. It was kind of a short week, and got some good topics out this week. And I got another good topic, I think, today. It's based off of something that some of y'all know. I kind of cleaned up my office area a little bit. Tried moving some stuff around, straightened out. And as I was going through stuff, here I am throwing silver that I don't like and don't want into a pile. Coins that I don't like, I don't want, throw them into a pile. Truth of the matter is, silver is silver. You know, a lot of people tend to want to get the coolest silver. You know, I'll be honest, I know someone that he really likes the Avengers silver. You know, the superheroes, Spider-Man, Batman, Thor, all the different, you know, popular Avenger characters. And he spends dearly on it. I mean, some of them $60, $70 an ounce. And it's not just that it's a high premium, but it's that, you know, it's an ounce of silver at the end of the day. It's cool to buy things that you like. But, you know, one of the things about silver, in my personal opinion, is you're buying silver because it is money. It's real wealth. It's something that you're going to have no matter what. So as I'm cleaning out my stack, I find myself throwing stuff in a box. And, I don't like it. Oh, sell it at a discount or trade it off at a discount. You don't really want it. And it's something that as I was sitting there looking at it, I said, does it matter? Does it really matter, you know, what it is? You know, I'll be honest, the Mercury dimes I've always thought were kind of cool. But silver quarters, silver half dollars, they're not anything special, but I'll pick them up because I recognize that it's a deal. When you can get something at spot, it's a no-brainer. You know, but a lot of people, as the price goes up, people start getting excited. And they tend to want to kind of clean stuff up, and they're getting rid of stuff that they don't want. And I think that kind of worries me a little bit. As I was looking at that box of stuff, I was like, you know, you're lucky just to have that junk box of silver. My probably garbage, I'll say, I shouldn't call silver garbage because I recognize it as real money, but my essentially garbage is something that most people around the world would probably love to have, especially new stackers, because now it's getting more expensive. But a lot of us have been stacking for a while now, and we've seen the price considerably go up, and it's continuing to go up. But I think it's important for people that are new stackers to try to look for that. You know, and it may sound bad at first that, oh, you're looking to capitalize off someone else's trash. But the truth of the matter is, I think we live in a wasteful society. You know, you look at what goes on. People buy maybe a pair of jeans that they like, they wear it once, they throw it in the closet, eventually it goes in a yard sale for a quarter or Goodwill. And I don't think it's just that pair of jeans. I think it's everything we use. I'll be honest, I was actually looking into my garage earlier when I was thinking about this topic, and I was like, man, how much of this stuff is going to be around in 100 years from now? Think about all the stuff that you have in your house or in your storage unit or in your garage. How much of it do you think will still be around in 100 years? 100 years is your lifetime and maybe your kid's lifetime. Most of it won't be around. You know, but your silver, that silver could get handed down 10 generations from now. Even your junk silver. And when I say junk silver in this case, I'm not talking about the Mercury dimes or the silver half dollars. It is real wealth. It's going to be around forever. I found myself last night sitting there laying in bed watching tons of ancient discoveries. And I found it interesting, you know, gold coins, silver coins. I love looking into stuff like that because I have a belief we've been here a lot longer than people say we have, than society tells us. But that's for a whole nother video. I keep pausing the video briefly because I'm coughing quite a bit lately. We still have a lot of that smoke coming in from Mexico. So If you notice that I'm pausing the video periodically and my voice starts changing, you'll know what it is. But here's the thing. Capitalize on that junk, essentially. One of the first questions as a new stacker that I would ask when I first started stacking, when I'd go to the coin stores and stuff, I'd be like, what is the cheapest silver I can get? I don't really have a lot. I'm new to it. I just want to get some ounces under my belt. And I don't care what it is. I'm trying to get it as close to melt. Can you help me out? Can we do a challenge and maybe you got something kicking around out back? I would not be surprised that if essentially you'll be able to pick stuff up like that. And I say that because this item right here was actually in my junk pile. This is the Christmas series from last year. It's outdated. It's not popular to me now. I look at it and I'm like, I really don't want it. I'm not really a big fan of it. I have it, but So what do? I offered this up to a couple people at a cheap price, literally spot price. And I found it interesting that they said no, they didn't want it. They didn't want it at spot price. Has a nice case. It's been taken good care of. You can't re-gift it to someone next year because it says 2023 on it. But a lot of people will miss out on essentially deals because they don't like it. Silver is silver. It's not a matter of what you like necessarily. It's a matter of how many ounces you can put together. I believe we are essentially on borrowed time. I want you to think about what happened in the last, we'll say 80 years. Society has convinced us that paper is money. They've lied to us and they traded out and they had, these silver certificate notes at first where they said, hey, this is as good as silver. You can go to the bank and turn it in. And then all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, you get these, no longer exchangeable. It's like a check that you can't cash, really. Yeah, people want them. People take them. Because people accept them, it gives it a certain amount of value. You go to work, you get some of these, and then you go to the restaurant and you give them some of these. Eventually, people will wake up and say, I don't want them anymore. I want something else. And at that point, you're going to realize that silver is going to be just going up too much. You won't be able to pick it up. A lot of people don't realize, they think that, we're going to be able to pick up cheap silver forever. I did a short yesterday, and I pulled it from, someone left me a comment on one of my old videos. And he goes, oh, my word, that's cheap. I wish I could have picked up something like that. It came out to $138, I think, for a 10-ounce bar of silver. $138. Think about that for a minute. That's $13 an ounce. It's not a typo. It was technically $161, but then they were given like some kind of a discount, and you could only buy one to get it. You couldn't unlimited buy. But even at the $160, that's still a steal on silver. May not be your favorite silver, but it's silver. When stuff breaks down, and I believe it's coming, each year, the biggest competitor to the dollar, in my personal opinion, which is the BRICS system, is making progress. What started out as a joke with a couple of countries, China and Russia, quickly added other countries, Brazil, South Africa, China, Russia, and India. And then they had 5 of them. And it still was a joke to a lot of people. And then last year, they added 6 more countries. And it just so happens they added all huge petro countries that are key players in the petro industry. Now, I don't believe that was coincidence. I believe it was strategic. They understand that energy runs the world. Where does most of the dollars get spent? It gets spent on oil. Well, because we have the petrodollar, it gives us essentially a tax on everything. Anytime someone buys oil, the U.S. gets a cut of that money. But each year, the BRICS gets a little bit more power, and the U.S. loses a little. And now we're starting to see it. We're starting to see silver and gold start really climbing in price. As that happens, eventually, there's an old saying, it happens slow at first and then all of a sudden fast. I believe we're starting to get closer and closer to that fast. And, I would feel bad if someone bought silver at 32 and then we see a pullback to 28. It feels like you take a hit. And I've talked to people and they're like, I'm not going to chase silver. I'm not gonna chase it. But I worry about the people that don't have any, that are sitting on the sidelines waiting, or they don't have much. There's a lot of videos out there, and I probably will do a video on this, on how much silver I think people should have. But the people that have none, or just a couple of ounces, it's a goal. I have a goal to achieve a certain amount of ounces every month. And I try to keep up with that. And some months I miss it. And next month I try to push myself and catch back up. And then I hope by the end of the year it will have all averaged out and I'll have my goal. But for the people out there that don't have much, there's opportunity still. Even at this price. You may not get something that you love. You may get like that Christmas tree round. And I know someone out there is going to be like, man, I like the Christmas tree round. I would take it. And yeah, absolutely. That's what you got to look for. You got to look for that attitude of, can I find something? I mean, I find stuff every day. I talk to someone that has something that they're selling. And some of the time I will buy it. Some of the times I'll trade for it. I love it when I can trade a junk item from my house that won't be here in essentially 100 years for something that I know is going to be with me till I go. I mean, yeah, I might sell an ounce here and there if I need something, but in general, the silver that I buy is going to be with me. It's going to get handed down, and that's it. It can be anything like, let's see what this is right here. Since this was thrown off to the side, I don't know. You guys can see it. 1921, Gem BU, uncirculated. I don't know how they get uncirculated out of that, but it is what it is. Silver. I guess it was part of like an auction thing. Somebody had it, and I was like, it's got to be worth 20, 25 bucks, so I take it. But on the flip side, it's not a pretty coin. It's beat up. Some people like it. I was kind of fascinated last week when I did the video about Morgan dollars. Now that I'm started looking for them, I don't see them quite as much, which is kind of funny. Seems like the stuff pops up when you're not looking for it. And when you are looking for it, you can't find it. But right now, with the prices going up, take advantage of the opportunities of someone cleaning out their collection and getting rid of stuff. Whether it's a half a tube of maples. I had a couple subscribers tease me because I had a half a tube of maples on my desk for probably a month. It had the yellow cap on it. Finally, I traded it off because I didn't like that it was a half a tube. I gave the person a decent deal on it, and he was extremely happy. There's a lot of opportunity, and I can't stress that enough for the new stackers. Start looking. Find opportunity in anything. I'll be honest, those little sets that I picked up, like right here, I'll show you right here, since I got one sitting right here. Actually, I got a couple. These. Honestly, now, I don't really like these. I bought them because I got a good deal. I got them at, I think they call it gray book price, which is essentially, which is essentially below red book. It's like cheap. It's silver. And it just takes up a lot of space. And I'm not a fan of them. But you know what? It's still silver. Take advantage of the deals. I can't stress it enough for you guys that are new stackers. We're about ready to see another big jump, I believe, on silver. I believe it's probably going to take a couple weeks now. only because we got the Fed meeting coming up, and I think we could see some fireworks. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you take advantage of the opportunities that are out there. And I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up, the subscribe button, or left me a comment, please do so. I love reading y'all's comments. It's Friday. Let's try to hit 100 thumbs up before the video, before today. So thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all next time on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.